I did something.
Yeah, you probably did a thing, yeah.
Didn't you raise your rep or something?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I did do that. Yep. Yeah, because I now have 2 medals and a string of high rolls, so I felt good time.
Mm-hmm.
Justifiable time.
Yeah.
I think everyone's caught up in otherwise, though. So you all a lot. You did a lot of that. You all did your stuff at the tail end, I think, if memory serves.
Yeah, I got a medal and a trait.
I don't think logs let you switch things around on ships, do they?
No. You need a milestone for that. Log just lets you swap your stuff. That's all. Rescue? Oh, wow, I couldn't spell there for a second. Oh, goodness. Well, it's not a second. Tip. Oh, right. Hello, everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and today we're doing another episode of Star Trek Survey Expedition Delta Adventures of the USS Bonaventure in the Dawnland Fringe. And this is a 3-threat game. Any log the captain wishes to enter into record.
Apart from the one I just gave. Me and the audience caught the tail end of that one, right? Sure. Captain's logs 1278.2.6. We have just rendezvoused with the Haida after our 5-day-long trip out here to see if we can help a likely disabled ship and to get back the doctor and our flight crew. Our best guess is that this liar's attack has badly damaged the ship's engines. Other than that, we're unsure. But their repeated hostility and refusal to communicate is likely going to be a difficult obstacle to overcome, if not the cause of their own demise. We'll have to see in log.
By this point, you have rendezvoused with the Haida, and the Haida is sending over your doctor. And 1 second, I'll be just gotta mute myself for a moment. Be right back. All right, and you would have had the doctor either beam over or shuttle over from the Haida at your request. They don't mind either way, whichever way is easier for you, which way you prefer. Some people like shuttle rides. Some people don't like using teleporters if they don't have to. What do you say, Doc?
I don't think the doc has a real preference, so she'll beam over.
Is anyone going to meet the doctor in the transporter room?
Captain Will.
In that case, I will meet you at the door outside of the transporter room.
Oh, if we came here together, there's no reason you can't also come in.
I meant like we would see each other as we come in, not that I would ominously stand outside of the door.
I thought you were assuming there was like a security thing here that you weren't supposed to be a part of.
Phaser drawn, just waiting to ambush the both of you. Secret objective gonna be achieved. Like, I didn't even give you one. I gave myself one. Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah,
I'm
interested in doing some elaborate coup against the GM and the captain.
I'd support it. Go for it. Dare you.
Commander, take a shot for me. Right here, right on the doctor. It'll work. The captain will say, "Glad you're back. I hope you didn't get more than you bargained for."
No. I wasn't expecting the encounter I had. And it almost went much worse than it ended up being.
It's one of the more interesting parts of the command course, dealing with beings who suppose superiority. They can act irrationally once they feel there is no one to counteract them.
I wouldn't even say this was particularly irrational. He perceived us as being aggressors on the planet and was fairly reasonable about that, considering.
That's the thing. When you assume super intelligence, there's no need to investigate your misunderstandings. You assume they're true. As opposed to us, who spent an inordinate amount of time making sure we didn't stumble or harm upon the stone folk. He observed no such care with us. But I don't think you're any of the worse for it.
No, although I am going to recommend some counseling for... Now I've forgotten the names of the people. I'm going to recommend some counseling for those two who are EVA with me. I think Quinn Petress had not done substantial long-term EVAs before.
The captain will look over at Atrum and go, the dangers of having the medical officer on your team, with a slight chuckle.
Atrum just smiles and shrugs her shoulders.
Make sure to take your own advice there, Commander.
Well, honestly, I found the experience somewhat meditative after we were dropped off.
Killick rolls his
You are
eyes.
a braver woman than I would have started to go stir crazy within 20 minutes.
If there's one thing that a long life teaches you, it's patience.
Atrum like visibly shudders and says, "If you say so."
Well,
Do
I
you
understand.
remember the engagement programs? Someone's already thought of. You might spend 2 or 3 days in one of those suits. And play some of those low power old Earth games while you float there.
And I will tell you, I am quite bad at making the small blocks line up properly to make the blocks disappear.
I found it more interesting than guided meditation. Commander, you're out of
Yes?
Oh, the captain says, I'll have to get used to having multiple commanders.
Luckily, I have
Commander Olympia,
required
if you-
PhD, so we only have one doctor in this room.
Fair enough.
I suppose. You're out of the frying pan and into the fire. You can expect anywhere from 0 casualties to 200 or 300, I'd imagine. In some state between catatonic and violent.
Right. Captain Ralph brought me mostly up to speed.
I'm going to deny you your med bay. You have to do it in a cargo bay. Because Atrum's going to have to make sure it's secure. And we want them all in one place if they decide they need rescue.
Yes,
If we're going to be doing triage and treatment for that large of a group, I don't think I can effectively conduct my duties without the use of a medbay, Captain.
I know it'll be
Overflow
difficult.
space is one thing, but not using medbay at all?
You're allowed to plug into the computers. You can run down to Bryn and see if you can get him to rip out some beds and move them. But I'm not going to allow free movement. I'm not even going to allow movement under guard. If they come on the ship, they have to stay in the cargo bay.
If that's your final decision, so be it. I'll ask that you note my protest against that, as it may very well cause the loss of lives.
I'll certainly add your name. I've already noted that possibility. Unfortunately, one of the differences in our rules, Starfleet charges me with the safety of this crew and theirs, not just the injured.
If I have a cursory feeling of Alethea's emotions, am I detecting anger here, or am I detecting like disappointment? Like are you indifferent to this news? Like, how are you responding to this news?
Oops, I was muted there. frustrated and frustrated and a bit indignant, but she's trying to conceal it a little bit. Trying to stay professional.
Okay. Yeah, she will give you a sympathetic look and say, "We understand it's not the result you would like, but they made their decisions and they've made their bed, and we can help them, but they still must lie in that."
I'm not interested in justifications, Commander. Frankly, well, my protest has been lodged, and my reasons given.
Very well.
Killick will say, Alden, I think you're going to get a bit busy, so we'll leave you to it, Doctor. And just before stepping out of the door, we'll turn back and say, the situation could change, but don't rely on it changing. And then we'll leave.
Right.
So,
Atrum lingers for a moment as if she wants desperately to convince you that this is the right choice, but realizes she probably shouldn't just argue with you, and so she moves on as well.
I presume the CEO and the X are heading toward the bridge, correct?
Yeah, I thought we were going to go catch up on our tennis game, but we can do that too.
And Doctor,
I probably am gonna, before I do that, I would like to go to the brig and organize security teams to prepare for, I want at least 2 people, 2 crew on each door to the cargo base at all times. So I want to organize that rotation.
you can give me control security. Or command security is what you're doing, honestly. Control security, we're gonna call this difficulty 2. And you'll be able to succeed at cost. You just won't get at you just won't be able to find the best fit for the job. You'll find what's people who qualify but aren't necessarily the best fit for the task you're setting them to.
So the role of security chief reduces the opportunity cost of a security team by 1. Has that been factored in?
Nope. This is... Although I could, because normally you'd spend opportunity to create this, but I'll treat it as a difficulty decrease, because that makes sense for what's going on. It's very easy for you to find, as a security officer, to go, well, I'm intimately familiar with not just the bare qualifications, but the crewmen as people. I know their personalities. I know how they work together, who likes who hates who.
Oh God, it's like the wedding seating chart thing. This person likes that person but hates that person who has a crush on this person. All right. Focus in team dynamics.
Yes.
Awesome. I've been trained to manage teams.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh God, I'm okay.
This is also just the commander playing dispatch.
I watched my friend play that game for a bit, and he was so overwhelmed and just hated that feeling. Which I imagine is what it feels like to be an actual emergency response dispatcher.
I gotta play that game. I hear it's good.
Really good.
It's not my favorite Telltale story, but anyways, besides the point, take a breath.
Sure. And you generate 2 momentum. So you now have
This is a trait.
your trait. I'm gonna place these people just so there's a whoopsie. Copy pasta. And then And we're going to create the trait of effective security teams 1.
Could I spend 2 momentum to increase that to 2 to represent, say, we perhaps install additional sensors to prevent, to ensure that, you know what? Scratch that. I think we're good for now. I'll keep the momentum in case someone else needs it.
Okay.
All right. And after that, I shall return to head up to the bridge.
Very good. Doctors, or anything you do before you head straight to medbay? Or do you plan to do it in medbay, I should say?
Yeah. So as she's heading to medbay, she's going to open up a communicator and call to Commander Bryn and say, "This is Dr. Alithia to Commander Bryn. I'm going to need your help with a rapid overhaul of Cargo Bay 2 into a triage ward, as well as setting up supply lines from medbay to said triage ward for maximum efficiency."
Very good. You reach out to Bryn. You're able to coordinate with the chief engineer, who is also who in this era they're the operations manager as well, because that's not a dedicated role yet, unless you're on like a space station. They don't think that level of specialization is required really, because either falls under the engineer's purview or the XO's purview. But for 2 momentum, you can freely designate Cargo Bay as an emergency medical ward. So that part is done. But there's another part you put in there. I believe it's a rating 1. I'm gonna triple check myself. I just looked at it. Yeah, it's just a singular trait. To create the pipeline between the medbay and the emergency medical ward, so that way the medical ward essentially, pardon me, God, essentially can act as if medbay, because you're funneling like beds or emergency materials over and stuff like that. That will require control plus medicine, difficulty of 2.
Somebody want to, perhaps Dekka or I could play Bryn?
You're not able to, Atrium. You're active in this scene.
Okay, Dekka, do you want to play Bryn if you're assisting?
Sure. Gotta find the.
I wasn't trying to take that from you. I was just offering if you weren't interested.
Yeah, no. I'll take it. I'll take Bryn.
Because there's going to be a scene change once we move up to the bridge. I was like, let's set up stuff before we sweep to the bridge. There's lots of like background stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
This is good because we need to activate him. He only needs 1 more value, and we can make him recurring.
Oh, nice. Triage focus here.
Yes, I think it would apply. That focus would apply. You know what you need and what you don't need for a triage situation. So it'd be nice to have certain medical materials. Like it's an emergency ward. I don't need that for triage work. If they're not dying, fine. Chairs over there. Get out of the way.
Yeah. How much momentum do we have?
0. Because you needed 2 to create the... well, I take that back. You needed 2 to create the ward, but you could spend 2 threat instead to do that. But I don't know. But
that's alright.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's this way around is how I'm supposed to do it. Yeah, it is. I just used the wrong tool. Tingle tool. Pull. Oh, definitely.
For some reason, this specific page makes the Roll20 portraits stop appearing for me. Don't know why.
And assist from the engineer. Generating 1 so far. Boop. It's just like the pit. Did you find the guy, Dekka?
Yeah. Bryn, right?
Yep.
What am I rolling?
Rolling to assist the doctor in setting up a logistical pipeline between the med bay and the emergency medical ward that is also cargo bay. The default role is control medicine, but since you're assisting, you could offer up some other way that the lieutenant commander is helping.
Like control command, or reason command?
I could see control command. Yeah, like she's handling all the medical side of it, but there's certain operational, just regular crewmen, like just carry stuff. You don't need to know how to work it. You just need to be able to move things.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. That makes me go from a 12 to a 14.
Is that misaligned? That's misaligned. Whoopsie.
Which actually helped.
It was misaligned. Huh.
That would have been a nothing if I had been rolling medicine.
Ding. Generated the 2 momentum back as the cargo bay is well and truly set up for the emergency situation. And on the way there to the bridge, is there anything the captain was up to other than just getting to the bridge? Which is perfectly valid if that's all he's doing. You have a crew that does stuff for you after all.
I might. I also have a general query, which is
just here for now because you're not there yet.
Any reason? Because it's not on the map, but it may just be that it hasn't been added. That we shouldn't consider ourselves to have the second tactical station because of Security 4.
Oh, actually, that is something I can fix. That's just something that hasn't been updated, but I can easily fix.
It just occurred to me that this might be a relevant time.
Is this a recent change?
No.
It's just
The
never been
Bonaventure has Security 4 because when you make a command ship, when you make a flagship on a constellation, that's what you get.
Okay.
It's not that like this ship was designed to be more tactical. It's just the constellation is has some tactical designs, and a flagship generally has a lot. So I think Constellation maybe gave it +1 security, and Flagship maybe gave it like +3 or something, or maybe they were both +2. But anyways, no, I did raise its structure by 1, which did a bunch of things actually. Actually, I say a bunch of things. It did 2 things. It raises our shields by 1, and it more importantly raised our resistance by 1, because we were right on the cusp of levels.
That looks better. So did you already adjust the ship or not?
No, I did.
You did? Okay.
It was. This has been like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I got the Ark.
Very good. Yeah, I gave myself some room to add extra stations if it so happened. So.
No, there's probably some rallying, maybe some coordination, but these are things done from the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
The most important setup ahead of time thing has been delegated to the doctor. So yeah, there are things to do. There's just nothing that makes sense to do in a hallway.
Mm-hmm. Therefore, a new scene begins as the ship gets rapidly underway for the incoming mass casualties. Commander Atrim and Captain Killick, you both arrive on the bridge. Lieutenant Fuji calls out Captain on the bridge to alert the Captain Deca and Kelly that the captain's approaching. Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna not like me because I just thought of something.
Sure, you can still go for it.
But a quick conversation between Killick and Atrim as we're coming up to the bridge.
Oh, go ahead.
Sure.
As we, probably silently start heading up, Killick will say, probably best to go ahead and pull you in on my line of thinking. They've got to ask for help. We can ask them. We can transmit across every frequency, but they have to, in some signal, communicate that they want to receive that help. I do not want to put people aboard that ship without communication from them.
She considers for a moment and says, "What is the reasoning behind this?"
They've only had violent interactions or refused interactions. They have a number of people who we assume are associated with them by ship design and general attitude, catatonic on Willistock because they refuse to engage with us. If someone just does not want to deal with us, we have to let them. And if they're going to be violent to prevent us from helping them, it's within my responsibility to not start that violence. I can't shoot them to make them seek the doctor.
She thinks for a moment and says, "Are you convincing me of this argument or yourself?"
Captain says, "No, I'm convinced. I'm telling you this is my plan in case you needed to be convinced."
She considers for a moment and she says, I would not want to risk my security crews on a fight against people who do not want us to be there to begin with, and we'll get nothing positive out of the experience. But I do believe that Starfleet and international law might encourage us to be of assistance to a disabled vessel, even if its people are non-committal.
Killick says,
It's hard to tell the difference between people who are refusing help because they have a code of ethics against it and people who are unable to signal for help because of technological or medical problems.
Killick says, "You said it best yourself. They created this situation. There's a reason, even if we're treated poorly, we can rely on the Klingons or the Romulans rescuing us, even if it means a year or two in prison or a tense prisoner exchange. It's because we've done the same for them. If they had at all tried to speak with us, act in any sort of diplomatic manner, it wouldn't be like this, but they have been nothing but violent. And again, all I want from them is to ask for help."
Your argument is sound, and I am mostly inclined to agree, but there is a possibility that us giving aid without being asked for it is the first outstretched hand that changes the course of our relationships. In the same way that our first interdiction to save Romulan or Klingon disabled vessels in our space set a new course for our relationships with them.
The captain says, "There's merit here, but my expectation is that we go on that ship and they start shooting. And
As a
I'm not
security
allowed
officer, I'm inclined to agree.
And I don't want to send someone where I'm not willing to go, but I'm not allowed to do that anymore. If I send someone over there, I expect they're going to be shot. And I can't send me, and I really shouldn't send you. And I don't want to do that."
She considers again for a moment, and she says, were I in your shoes, I probably would make the same call, although it discomforts me. Okay, sure. I'll make that roll. I'm sorry. I was focused on the conversation. I wasn't reading.
I think that was for me.
Oh, you made it. Okay, sure. Insight
Looks like you
command.
missed it, though.
Focus of empathy.
Certainly.
No dice.
Between the two of you, you've had some days to get here, and this is probably a conversation that the two of you just haven't had until just now. Like there was some like Atrim was busy with certain things, the captain was busy with certain things, probably ruminating over the mission to come, and the encounter before. And it's occurring to the both of you now that despite how professional Starfleet is, at the end of the day, people are still people, and people have not, some people have not surpassed their prejudices or especially one that, or even their hatred for a designated enemy or foe. The ship has battled these people before, and have had crew members who are badly injured by these people on the Haida, like friends. So you get there's a distinct reluctance among the crew. No one's doing outright like insubordination, but this conversation kind of highlights between the two of you that there's gonna be some hesitation. Someone out on this crew, out of the hundreds of people aboard, someone's gonna balk. It may not be in the senior staff, it may not be even the most junior, but somebody's gonna balk.
Is it possible to spend 2? Since this is somewhat related to the crew, that the Wollastuk was able to send some shuttles out, and so we have our full complement back.
Part of your full complement is the non-essential crew. That's what you removed. So there's a huge chunk of your crew you just don't have, because there's medical personnel who aren't necessarily officers or crew members, but they are nurses and attendants. There's cargo people who aren't operations.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, can we spend 2 on reinforcements that those people have been sent back to us?
I'm willing to just eliminate this advantage, if you will, of the crew reduction. Because that's essentially what you're getting. You're just reducing. You're just getting rid of that, basically. I won't charge you for that because it's a good thing that you had from before.
Also, I was hoping to remove the justification for hitting us with it negatively. If we get into a difficult situation where we need all crew.
You open yourself back up to interesting individuals like Sylvia Graves or Thane Thesera or Laura Sane, who are civilians who are interested in the mission and are approved to be aboard, but there are other civilians always have a chance of doing something, but they're not. I'd spend as much threat to make a civilian do something dumb as I would making a Starfleet officer do something dumb. It'd be the same cost either way, to give you that indication. This just made it such that it was impossible for anyone in the civilian corps to be a problem because they're not aboard. You made it so they couldn't. I couldn't say, oh, and a civilian got hurt. I can't say that. You literally made sure they left.
I'm willing to take that, because what I'm worried about is, like, we get into a fight or we get into a situation where the doctor's down in the cargo bay, and now that becomes a trait that hurts us and not helps us, because those nurses that aren't Starfleet aren't here anymore. So I'm willing to make that trade. Cool. If no one else wants to argue against it. That is, don't let me force us.
Go for it.
Pull these people back on. So yes, you have your full complement. Cause you could have told the Wollastuk, hey, could you just like send some shuttles real quick to meet up with us, or you might have sent shuttles to meet up with their shuttles, because you had a few days. Like, hey, Wollastuk, could you like give our people back now? It's like, oh yeah, we can totally do that. Sure, we're nearby. And actually, probably the hide to send a couple shuttles as well. Just actually, and on top of that, you'll get back the shuttles you sent out before anyway. The ones that went on
okay.
the special missions.
That's good. I'd like to know what they were up to.
And actually,
With the totally not smuggler.
boop. Oh wait, not the sensor scope. Wrong one. Don't worry about this, anybody. Boop. That's for later.
In fact, I was very worried about it.
So, the SS Wasp courier, I believe. I got pinged. Not an important ping. I can let that sit for a second. Not super important. Oh, I know what I did. I sent it in the things because that way I could. You may roll insight plus insight or reason. Insight or reason plus command. Difficulty of 2. Assisted by computers plus command. To go over the mission logs of the shuttle investigation missions to the Wasp and the Eclipse. To see what you might learn about those ships.
The captain wants the report, but I think it's more of Atrum's responsibility to do these kinds of reports. I mean, both of these are tactical situations. Like this is, we thought they were attacked, and this is, they may be smuggling.
Yeah, sure. I can
So-
handle it.
I'll assist, but I think, yeah, you should write it.
Reason, security. That's not true. I'm doing insight, security.
Command.
Insight command. Yep. Focus in investigation techniques.
Oh, I'd give that too. Yep.
All right. How generous.
So focus in.
I mean, I can take
either
it back
starship
if you're being smart,
recognition-
Alec. No, go ahead.
I was
Focus.
complimenting you, Jesus.
Sorry, go on, Captain.
Focus in either starship recognition or Starfleet protocol.
What was the first one?
Starship recognition, because the reason I went after this is what I had learned about their hulls.
Yeah, you could do that.
Take a momentum,
Taking a momentum. Boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, boop.
which works out because that's a pass with our combined efforts.
Plus the ship. As your ship's computers and your command department can go over the results of the away missions. I'll pull those away.
The not a comp, but the computers, like the weapons of the Bonaventure, not one of her selling points.
So the Wasp is a courier vessel that is it was revealed that they were actually working on behalf of Starfleet intelligence and Starfleet security. They were moving stuff to the Willistok without alerting the civilian populace that they were moving things.
Oh, yeah, the shuttle crew showed up and a bunch of people in black uniforms with funny badges said, "Hey, forget you saw us."
Oh no, they had to show they had their security greens and go, "Hey, no. Here's our command codes, here's our chit, we're real." It's like, "Oh, why didn't you tell us?" "Well, you didn't need to know, so we didn't tell you." "So why are you telling us now?" "Well, you need to know now, because if we start clamming up and folding arms, you're going to board us and start searching things that we don't want you to search."
The most responsible security officer ever is in command of that ship because he did not the stupid thing.
Yeah. It's like, "Hi,
I'm gonna have to write a recommendation for that guy.
as a
You're not even his CEO, and I'm writing him an.
Yeah.
So many times it has been a forced player plot point so many times that one of us or someone we're dealing with just decides to clam up at the exact wrong time.
Mhm.
This is one of those insight roll. They're and quick check of their credentials. Yeah, they're from the friggin' Bonaventure. Why are they here? They're probably wondering why we have a bunch of hidden cargo spaces in the ship and wondering why we're so close to the Willistic. Yeah, I would send some people after us too. Yeah, let's be honest with them. We don't want to divert
right.
the
We're gun
Bonaventure.
runners, but we're gun runners on your side.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
As for the Eclipse, ooh, they were almost not a good
They
thing.
were damaged.
The Eclipse, had got into it with some would-be pirates who were trying to smuggle things aboard the Willistic, and they got into a shootout with them. And because your shuttle came to their rescue, they're able to pass on information. They weren't able to communicate to the Willistic what had happened. So they tell the shuttle crew goes, "Hey, Willistic, there's some pirates out here," and that mobilizes the Willistic to hunt down some pirates who are in this sector, who very quickly lose because they were fighting the Eclipse, but the Eclipse is just, they're more like they're an auxiliary merchant marine sort of thing. They use particle laser electron guns and polarized hulls. Like, they're ancient in their tech, but they help out when they can. They don't scream Starfleet, and when they're on top of you, suddenly they're a problem. But they met their match. But with the Willistic and your shuttle's crew, they're able to hunt them down and capture them. As it seems, some people are trying to take advantage, like any space station. Smugglers try to move things through space stations as a sort of way station of smuggling goods. Even Starfleet star bases, like some people may have underestimated how good the Survey Expedition Delta was in its security concerns, because this turned into a merchant marine ship who gets assisted by the Bonaventure, who is also assisted by the Willistic. Like, it turned into a whole thing, which one ship at scale 3, they lose that fight. And they were already damaged after fighting the Eclipse anyway. So the Eclipse gets pulled back into repairs on the Willistic. If you hadn't sent someone out to help them, they would have been left derelict for a while, and then the Willistic would have had to search for them. Like, hey, where'd the Eclipse go anyway? Weren't they coming back? You may ask extra questions with momentum or threat.
Hey, Captain, do you have any questions?
Has smuggling risen to a known issue that needs to be dealt with, or is it background level smuggling? Like, we expect a smuggler will show up everywhere every once in a while, but is this like concerning level activity for the number of people at Willistic?
For a momentum, I can answer that. Spend?
So,
Good.
so Commander, they're the one that succeeded at the roll.
Yeah, go ahead.
It hasn't risen to a critical mass. This probably was because the Willistic mission, the Survey Expedition Delta is such a new group, and it's a survey expedition, so it's not like a big, it's not a deep space mission, like a deep space station or mission, or an expeditionary force or something like that. Survey expeditions historically tend to be a little boring. They tend to let's look at some stars and maybe something cool will be there. Most of the time, nothing is super cool, at least for people trying to make money. Very interesting for Starfleet, very boring for a smuggler. But they do it anyway, just out of sheer, maybe there's a D-class planet we could hide stuff on, maybe there's some illegal goods we can get, so some people take the gamble. In this case, this is people scouting to see how easy it is to get stuff through the Survey Expedition Delta. But due to your efforts and the efforts of the Haida and some of the allied ships to the Willistic, it's pretty much cut in the bud right now. No one the biggest threat, honestly, is just Wildcat colonists. It's not even smugglers. Mm-hmm. And the biggest Wildcat smuggler you've already the biggest Wildcat colonist you've already caught.
Right.
For now, at least.
Yeah. I'm happy that he hasn't gotten out yet. Everything else is a win.
So, you stride onto the bridge.
I think so.
Deca's lights are still on in there. Little bleeps and bloops going on. Interfacing with the nav.
Yep.
Killick will say, Helm, ETA?
Reason Con, difficulty 1, assisted by Sensors Con.
Is that helm you called for?
Well, Con, so either you or the other guy next to you.
Oh.
Whoever can answer the question probably gets a cookie from the captain.
Yep. Repeat the question.
ETA.
Oh, ETA. Yeah, I'll do that. Hang on, that's not the right sheet. I assume there is no momentum.
There's 0 currently.
Okay, that's fine. I'm about to generate a sum. Would you consider this? This isn't plotting a course. This is just estimating an amount of time.
Yeah.
First D20 I get is free because power of math.
Mm-hmm.
Keen Navigator trait.
Oh, yes, totally.
I think... Yeah, okay. I think it's just those 2 talents that come into play in this case. Cool. If I succeed, astronavigation... Or, sorry, not astronavigation. Helm operations?
Yep.
Focus? Cool.
I take that.
I will also generate a bonus momentum on this task if I succeed.
Yes,
Reason.
no hits. All comps. Let's go. Dang it.
Away with you.
Plus the ship. Also, is Commander Atrum hanging out in the turbo lift? Or
Oh, sorry. My stage fright isn't that bad.
I really don't like what the captain said. I'm staying in here. I'm going somewhere else.
I was afraid she got a call from HBO or something and was about to get poached.
And... Answer in the whispers there, Deca.
13 minutes.
You may ask questions with your momentum if you wish, or establish some sort of trait.
Duke. But we have 4 momentum and 1 float if we want to spend that and 1 more to create some kind of a trait, or if you have a question that you want to ask Captain.
I'm almost tempted to not just to have the momentum at hand.
Okay, then I'll have to just ask a question with my bonus then. Are there any hazards in between here and our destination?
No. Oh, hold on. Let's double check the sector scope here for a second. Boop. So you're here.
Yes.
The nearest large hazards are... Whoops. Nope. Are the... Well, come on. Don't snap to center. Thank you. Are the lattice, the navigational lattice, but that's a good almost 4 light years away. The reflective nebula, about 3 light years away. Those are the big ones. You guys had, and by this point, you guys were already like in this sector, so you already you already accounted for passing through. As for this local sector, in this particular part of the subsector, there's nothing you're seeing on sensors that is bad. There could be stuff over here, but you haven't scanned that way. But you do know that on nav sensors, there's nothing in front of you that should get in your way.
All right, cool. In which case, Deco will say, estimated time of arrival is 13 minutes, Captain. Our approaching path is clear.
Good work.
Any actions before you arrive in those 13 minutes from any of the crew?
Captain will attempt to rally and open comms across the ship.
Press command diff 0. And where's the thing? Oh,
Focus in inspiration.
Certainly. You generate 2 momentum.
The captain will say, once the channel is open, this is the captain. We are quickly headed towards a unknown vessel in distress. Everybody needs to be in peak readiness so that we can aid them to the best of our ability. This Starfleet and the Federation expect nothing less. And I expect nothing less of you. And then the captain will close the comms. Because his private concerns about the mission shared with Atrum and Alithia, he does not think a good idea to air in general.
Especially since you already know some of the crew is already a little touchy. It's like, let's not throw gas on that particular fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. The doctor will brief medical staff and anyone assisting with her expectations for situation, general, going into triage overview. And remind her staff that our job here is to save lives. Leave everything else to everybody else.
I'll let you assist the rally here because I feel like you're doing the medical extension of that. Well, I don't say diff 0. It's already diff 0. But presence medicine has your kind of or control because you are giving specific orders.
Yeah, I'll take control. Triage focus again here?
Yep. Generate a bonus. As you now learn with that roll as well that there is some reluctance among the crew. Like, you learn about the complication that's sitting on people. Is that there is... You're pretty sure Nurse Thesosis is going to do the job, because that's the job, that we're medical professionals. But, you know, there's going to be some people in the pipeline that aren't going to be super thrilled about helping these slavers. Even though it is their job, they're not going to exactly... Someone's going to balk, probably. You're just not sure who. You're just pretty sure it's not yourself or the senior staff.
Yeah. I understand that some of you have concerns over this course of action. These people, so far, have been nothing but hostile. I share that concern. But for now, we have security officers who will be watching us, and we have a job to do. Those other concerns can wait until after the emergency situation is complete. If anyone is uncomfortable with executing their duties in this manner, let me know now.
I do have a follow-up
Kind of
roll
trying to force that.
I'll allow a spend of 2 momentum here to give you an advantage on the follow-up roll.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to do that.
So 1 and 1. So you will be... I'm gonna call this a new presence medicine roll. It was gonna be difficulty 2. You're bringing it down to 1. I'll spend 2, 3, 4. I'll spend 2 to bring it back up to 2, so basically difficulty 3, as people seem to be not terribly... actually, what's your reputation? It's like 4 or so?
No, my reputation's only 3 right now.
3?
I haven't raised it yet.
So with 3, there are some people with lower reputation than you, and some with higher. The higher people, you're pretty sure would just tell you if they had a problem. Like, they would pull you aside and go, "Hey, look, here's my professional thing, but whatever, I'm gonna do the job. I just wanted to let you know I'm in the clear." Those people you're not worried about. It's people with lower rep that already are kind of in trouble and might not give a damn they get in trouble that you're trying to reach out to. And that's a little more difficult because you are a stand-up officer as far as most people are concerned. So maybe you're not the person to tell because you might get them in trouble. I'll spend another 2 to increase the comp range because, well, some people, you're not really human. You're not really Andorian. Yeah. You're not really Vulcan. And it's one of those weird little things where it's like, you know what? People, grow up. You're going to work with aliens. That's welcome to Starfleet. If you don't like it, you should leave. But some people hold on to those weird... Some people
constrain their idea of what an alien is and expand it beyond their own species, but...
Yeah. So you run into that complication where some people might observe something in you that isn't true. It's like, well, you're acting like a human, so I'm going to make human assumptions. Wrong assumption to make. You have a much longer view than some humans or even some Vulcans have, for that matter. People may make the wrong assumption about your species.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Come to insight focus or neuropsychology/psychiatry focus here.
Depends how you want me to answer the question, I guess is the way to put it.
I think neuropsychology/psychiatry, actually. I'm most worried about people behaving very unexpectedly.
Like someone here might have a trauma related to slavery. So like, you know what? Maybe you may not have said anything, but I know your file. It's gonna bother you. And if you say it doesn't, we need to have a talk. Either that's a breakthrough or you're lying.
Yeah. I'll spend 1 momentum for a third die.
Boop-a-doop.
You know, with the added comp, I think I'll just take the success and not fish.
In your queries, is there anyone with a negative relationship with an NPC, with a support character?
Ooh. Let me check.
No, I
What do
don't.
have?
I have favors, but I don't have any.
Not with anybody on the crew. No.
XO,
Or the civilian people one.
Nope.
No.
For those who are positive, you may, at your leisure, spend that favor to lock in that person as not subject to this negative. You already know through the doctor's reaching out, and you'll be able, through your favors, like, hey, I know so and so, they're good. Like, you don't have to worry about them because you already know them pretty
Is
well.
there? Who are you looking to lock in, Doc?
Oh, who can you lock in? It's probably a better thing to tell.
Yeah.
I can get Vasek, I can get Kelly, and I can get Fushi.
Wow. The doctor's really mostly focused on making sure that her medical personnel stay focused on the mission.
Although Kelly might be good though, because Kelly has evacuation procedures as a focus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought she had something that was medical adjacent, so.
Yeah, while she doesn't have a super high medical talent, this is still, by the looks of it, kinda what she does, so having her absolutely on hand might be a good call.
Yeah.
And I'd be willing to spend a favor for that.
Fantastic.
As you're able to, through like Deca, you're able through Deca to learn that Kelly, whatever her problems are, she's she's on the bridge team. She's working with people. She'll push through. She may be reluctant, but she's a professional. She made petty officer for a reason. As for anyone else, you may lock in up to 5 people above and beyond the favor.
As a crew?
Of your support crew, yeah.
No, I mean like as a group we can make that decision?
You totally can, yeah. It's because the doctor's basically seeing who you're shoring up who might have doubts, and she's going out of her way to, ahead of time to go, you know what, I'm going to make sure certain people are okay before the rubber meets the road.
My proposal would be the Shaws, Bryn, Bushi, and Lekef.
I agree.
Didn't we already have an idea that the senior officers weren't likely to finish, or was that the player character?
Main character is what I mean.
Corby said,
Gotcha.
yeah, that's what I assumed. They
I'll
meant.
also highlight that you have 3 civilian characters who may become a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How much you're worried about that is up to
Well,
you.
yeah, it's kind of one of those things. The Starfleet people have a reason to be involved, and so the opportunity to do something that is extremely drastic, like Bryn, basically, if he decided to go rogue, like he hated how this was turning out, could just shut down the warp engine or something. Like if which would be like a career-ending thing, but if he decided to, no one could stop him from doing it. The civilians have to get past so many barriers to do anything. And there's no question of whether they're allowed. Like, is Bren allowed to be doing this to the Warp Core? Who knows? We have to find out what he's doing, why he's doing it, what his motivations are. If a random civilian just walks in engineering, instant break, right? During a serious situation. So them, I'm not that concerned with. It's not that they could not ever do anything. It's that it's much harder for them to do anything.
Fair enough. I wanted
Also,
to, I wanted
I
to fire
agree
the
with all
flare
the
off.
people that Atrum called out.
Thoughts, Deca, Ilithia?
I don't have any particular. Nothing
I'll
immediately leaps out at me.
I'll call in a favor with the Vulcan administrator, Leora, I guess was her name, right?
Leora Sane, yeah.
Yeah. For that, because I was just going through my favors. I did have someone who was on board.
This guy, this token's not supposed to be here, right? We 100% kicked him off permanently.
He's
For
on
the second.
he's on probation again.
I thought he did something while on probation. Doesn't that normally mean you're out for good?
It means he's under heavy restrictions now, so he can't. There's a lot of normal stuff that, like that. If anyone was going to do anything, Thane he can get to his personal quarters and the galleys, unescorted. He goes anywhere else, it's like you have one more strike. Otherwise, you can't be anywhere on this ship. Which now it means you can't be on the ship. Whereas other people, they can go to the brig, they can go to medical bay, and they shouldn't go to engineering unless they have a real good reason to be there. Because, you know,
They're calling
Federation...
him the most stubborn person to ever exist.
Yeah. So he has one more shot. If he wants to make good, he has to behave himself, stay out of the way, and if you ask him for help, it'd be wise of him to say yes. He can say no, but he probably should say yes. If he wants to ever be on a Starfleet vessel in the next year. All that to say though, Laura Sane is secured. You are you revert her file, and you're pretty certain she's not gonna balk here. She's maybe not be super traditional. Actually, no, I think I called her as Kulinar. Come to think of it, I'm gonna double check.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna make sure of that. Nope, she doesn't have culinary, but she has mental discipline and methodical planning, so you check her file and you're pretty sure, yeah, whatever doubts she's saying, they're more academic devil's advocate stuff. It's not really what she feels, and she's not gonna, and if she saw someone act on it, she'd probably rat on them.
Vulcans.
But you agreed with me. I had an academic point about whether or not such a thing was ethical. The fact that you wish to commit a crime is actually your failing, not mine.
Ilithia, I believe, is fascinated by Vulcans in general.
So that's a freebie as well. That didn't cost you any of your 5. So who are your 5 that you're medically going to go, I'm going to check and make sure they're good?
Oh, yeah, I'll do the ones that were recommended. The nurse, the engineer, Khan, and the other one?
Science.
Engineer, science, Leketh, I think it was.
Yeah.
And Vasek, wasn't it?
It was Leketh, Fushi. Yeah, who was the 5th one?
Bryn.
There wasn't a 5th one named.
Okay, cool.
I was just looking.
1, 2, 3.
Vasek, just because Vasek it could do the most damage.
Yep, sounds good. Vasek is the 5th.
I'll just mark them as. So you check over all their files, and Leketh is as a Virgilian, has unique views on Orion slavers and how they have done things in the past. He's an ensign. You don't know a whole lot about him. He hasn't really accounted for himself much. But after a quick check-in, you're pretty sure he's going to follow the superiors. He's not, whatever his personal views are, he's not going to rock the boat. He doesn't know enough to rock the boat, and whatever his personal feelings are, he's not in a position to try his luck. So he's not going to. Vasek is mirroring Captain Killick a lot on this, is following his recommendations. So if he sees any balk and he has Kolinar personally, so he's able to, whatever his emotions are, he can shut it off pretty fast. So unless the captain gives the green light, he ain't doing anything. You're fairly certain of this medically. Some people say he will. You know, there's a certain presumption by some people who don't understand Kolinar that Kolinar makes you uncaring or unempathetic or lacking in compassion. And that's not really what that is. I mean, it is, but it doesn't make them... Vulcans have a very strict ethical code that is very difficult to maintain in a day-to-day life thing. And someone who practices, who's achieved Kolinar and is practicing in Starfleet, that's a challenge. And he's maintained it so far. So you're pretty sure he's okay. Fushi, as a Denobulan, has some friends who have gotten in the way of criminal activities just because of a big family. Someone somewhere along the line's bound to get into trouble, and she would know them. But due to the values you're aware about them, you are pretty sure that Fushi is, you know, it is no shame to stand above nor to ask for help. So if she thought something was going, if she thought, or he thought that this couldn't be achieved or shouldn't be achieved, you're pretty sure the lieutenant would point it out. Like, they would approach the captain or the XO and go, hey, look, I have a problem with this. As for your nurse, nothing phases a nurse. The fairly intense person, you're pretty sure the nurse, if someone gets, they might be a bit brash with them if the slavers try to justify their actions or something like that. They'll probably give them tough love. But the nurse Kraz has seen a lot of idiots in his time. Seeing another one that's also a slaver, whatever. The job is to heal you and get you out of the damn ward. I don't care enough about you. My job's to heal you. You're welcome. Yeah, want to complaint? Make a complaint to the doctor? Okay, sure. Go ahead. Here's the form. Get out of my way. I'm trying to heal people. Bryn, you rightfully check that he is very wary, and after a quick check-in with him, you're able to kind of make sure, you kind of remind him that you know that if he was pushed by somebody, he might have done something. Like, he seemed to have a very dark opinion of slavers and of criminal elements, and he may have been influenced through that way to do something. Nothing that would endanger the whole ship. It's his ship after all. He's not about to blow up the ship he's worked on and got in battle to get aboard. But, you know, if an airlock opened at the wrong time or a shuttle didn't work the way it's supposed to and it killed a few slavers, he probably wouldn't have cared. But the fact that you checked in on him, Doctor, kind of gave him the shore up mentally of, you know what, I have a job to do. And he'll probably debate this with you all later over dinner at some point. He has opinions. He has very strong opinions, but he's willing to leave that on the debate floor and not interfere with the mission. But on the large set, Doctor, you are, I will say as well as part of this check, you have secured the medical team at least. So by virtue of the fact that you look after your department, so the medical department is at no risk at this time. Whether the other department's at risk, well, right, you've mitigated some of it, but, you know, you have a lot of people aboard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And actually, because you secure Liora Zane, Liora will actually be volunteering to aid the med bay. team. She has some medical training, medicine too, so she's enough to do first aid and knows what a hypospray is, knows what a dermal regenerator is, knows what to grab, so she can kind of volunteer as a makeshift orderly. Which there are some in your regular medical staff that's exactly what they are. They're civilian orderlies or civilian nurses who are augmenting what you already have. Not the least of which that your medical team's pretty small to begin with, so. But, all that said and done, I believe you're ready to approach the ship.
Indeed.
Sounds like it.
Boop. Oh, actually, one last thing before I change scenes. Do you wish to have the aid of the Haida, or will they carry on elsewhere?
Does it cost something?
It will cost 3 momentum to have them come along.
I think it's worth it.
2, 3. Because they don't have a pressing mission at the moment. They could ask for new orders, but it's like, hey, Commodore, do you mind if we help out the Bonaventure? Like, if you ask them, hey, do you mind hanging out and helping us with this? Like, yeah, we're this. If anything, this ship is part of their mission brief anyway. It was to hunt down these ships and not destroy them, but hunt down and resolve the situation as best they could.
And this is very much in line with that.
Yeah, so I was like, hey, well, I mean, the Bonaventure's dealing with it, but we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have any targets, so we might as well be about. So on this, and so therefore, as the scene ends, you lose more momentum. When you warp into the system, this is roughly where you warp into. You are medium long. This is them at extreme range, so you warp in just as you see them. The Haida's in formation with you. This larger area is showing the general map, zone-wise, of the interior. What specifics are there? You'll have to do scans to figure out.
We do a diagonals like that. We did. So is it
Oh, wait, yeah. Oh.
one?
Medium, long, extreme. Oh, extreme one. Sorry, you're too far away. You're right. I have you too far away. Because you're right, I don't do diagonals. So, medium, long, extreme. Because usually there's something here that's in the way.
Shall I do a tactical scan of the system or of the area?
Captain says rendering aid is the first concern. Commander, set up a comm station so that we can transmit on all known frequencies.
Setting up comm station, sir. And she stands up from her post and walks over to the multi-role console and will begin to set it up.
Do you wish to specialize the console, or do you wish to just use its generic functions?
I'll specialize it for communications.
Okay, so there's a rule behind that.
It's just creating a trait.
Yep. So we're gonna call this control engineering difficulty 2. Due to your current complication, you have a comp range increase of 1. So comp 2, sorry. Due to the engineering staff being a little reluctant.
Right. Take a threat.
I would suggest using the trait well-drilled crew or state of the art. They may not like it, but they know their job.
Do either of those apply?
Well-drilled crew would, for sure.
Okay. How about the clues? How well drilled are they?
They're pretty blue right now.
A focus in shipboard tactical systems. Yeah.
I wouldn't say so, no. That
Yeah,
advantage
I
to
did.
complication or difficulty?
Difficulty.
Okay,
All right. Take a threat.
certainly.
There we go. Look at that.
Let's generate 2. And actually what I should do, I should sweep back. Grab. So... They can't see what I'm doing right now, but I'm adding it to the list. Multi... Actually, I might as well... Well, we need to stay there. Multi-role... Communications. Boop, that's set up. And you're over there. Go back.
Doctor, did you add back the dedicated medical personnel?
Don't think so. No, I didn't.
Okay, I need to get rid of that. It's not there. Because I couldn't afford that. I thought I removed it. I couldn't afford that. That's why I used some resource. I don't remember what I did. I used some resource to get you the nurse, or to like upgrade the nurse or something. Oh, I used a milestone, I think, to give him chief of staff. Yeah.
So, Commander
Right, yeah.
Atrim, you have a specialized comm station now.
I want to set up a repeating message offering aid in as many frequencies as I can.
And languages. We don't know what they speak yet because they refuse to talk. Actually, I take that back. Because we do know what they speak because they shouted at Dekka and Dekka was able to hear it. Like, they told Dekka, we're gonna enslave you, so stop.
You're looking at Reason Engineering, difficulty 4, assisted by Comms Engineering. You do have a trait, which brings that down to 3. And one of those increases is coming from... Part of the increase is coming from distance. Part of the increase is coming to the reluctance of the crew.
You also get a free re-roll from the ship.
Wow. What is Roll20 doing?
I
Oh, sorry. No, the ship gets a re-roll. Is a better way to say that.
I'm just going to reload that real quick. You're just going to cut out briefly. Don't worry. Everything's fine. Coming back. There we go.
And then you always want to try to ask for state-of-the-art well-drilled crew.
Hello?
Hello?
Sorry, I dropped my headset for a second. Difficulty 3. This is not my best roll, but I think if I burn a value, I can make magic happen. Would you accept a value spend on... I think a couple of these might apply. How about, by the phaser I seek peace, but only peace under liberty. That we're seeking a friendly relationship with them, and we are attempting to offer a composed, equal relationship, but we are remaining guarded because we have very good reasons to.
I'll take that, yeah.
All right, perfect. A value I wasn't sure I was ever going to use. All right. Now take a threat.
Okay.
No, we have.
You have 2 momentum.
Yeah, take a threat.
Okay. Boop, boop. boop.
Okay, GM,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
Certainly.
So the first officer ability says, when an allied character in communication spends determination, you may spend 3 momentum to enable that character to regain the spent point of determination. Do I count as an allied character for the purpose of giving myself determination?
I would say no, because
Okay,
it would
that's
highlight
fair.
it would highlight that you could do it to yourself. It's more that you're being there for the crew is more what that ability is. So, to me, anyway.
I mean, did it just say when they use a point of determination, or they have to spend it towards a value?
Just whenever you use a determination.
Yeah.
It might get a frown from the GM, but I could give you mine, and you could spend 3 momentum.
You could.
That's too cheesy, because that is I'm backing you up, and then you're making sure I don't get distracted too much by what you're doing. But,
I wouldn't frown on it. It's a perfectly legal move.
Okay.
if you really want your determination and you have the resources to get it, then I'll do that.
That said, you have
And
2
we shall-
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see why you asked me that question.
Because I've just generated some. Yeah.
Well, so far you're... Oh, right. You still owe me the ship. By and by.
I think the captain owns the ship, not you, but Bombs engineering.
That ship belongs to the people and
yeah.
state of the United Federation of Planets, of which I represent. So, nah.
Also, I may have lost it in a bed, so.
All right, so
That's
generate
6. And we're spending 3 to give the captain his determination back.
Yep. And Captain, feel free to attach. I believe you can attach that to a value.
Yes, to the first one, the one I got last week, because Starfleet keeps getting mad at me when I do what I think is the right thing to do. So it'll be saving lives comes first, because we did not appreciate the tactical situation before we started talking to them.
Fair enough. You reach out and begin broadcasting. You get a quick ping from the Haida alerting you that they let you know, yeah, you're fine, by the way. Just out of sheer diagnostic, hey, just so you know, there's someone else who says that things are working. And you do not get a response from the ship itself, but you do notice that there are at least 2 subspace radios that are trying to answer back, but they're not strong enough to reach back to you. But you can sense that someone heard you and are trying to broadcast, but the signal is way too weak, so it can't cross the distance.
And I shall report that. I'll say, Captain, I believe the attempts are being made at a response, but the signal is too weak at this distance to understand what they're saying.
Okay. Tell Captain Raw to that I am leaving the tactical picture in his hands, and I'm going to proceed in to investigate those signals. He should keep an eye on us and the unidentified ship.
On him now, sir.
The Haida
And
acknowledges
then,
the transmission.
Deca, I need you to work with science. Get a picture and find out how to get me close to those signals.
Yes, sir. Deca will, in fact, do that.
How do you intend to do that?
So I just want a clarification again. What are these signals?
Though this represents the interior zone map
the
of the
ship.
ship. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought this was like a cloud of debris they were leaving behind. This is like their actual like ship map.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I totally.
Yeah.
Let me think for a second. Okay, that does not change what we're gonna do because we. Yeah, no, that's fine. I had to. I thought there was like some like escape pod in a cloud of blue, like pink gas.
Yeah.
Because like I was thinking this is like ammunition that has been ejected, and this was like parts and fuel that had been ejected. Okay, I'm on board.
So I don't think you need my assistance to do that. That's...
No, we still got to get close. You're right, because I thought we were moving into a cloud of dangerous area. This is probably... I'll say that still, because I could ask Khan in science, but I only have one doctor to play NPCs. So I need you to do half the job.
Okay.
Besides, you're basically
A toaster?
No,
Yes,
we
I
have-
know.
No, I don't know if we have a separate nav and helm, or if it's all con department in
You do.
charge.
The helm and nav are two different departments in this era.
Okay.
Though it is common for you to, it isn't weird for someone to say con. That's you generically saying, I don't care if helm or nav answers me. One of you tell me the answer to this problem. Also, generically, you say con as in I'm in control of the con, because obviously you're controlling which way the ship is going.
Yeah, and that's why they usually put helm and nav next to each other.
Yeah,
Because
they have to work to
usually
each other
have-
all the time.
yeah.
So I would actually put it to the doctor, to Violet, which support character may be helping Deca with this. Because it could be Fushi, it could be Leketh.
Yeah.
Could be
Yeah, you'd see like
Telemachry.
Chekhov and Sulu like chatting all the time.
Mhm.
Doc?
Doctor.
Oh, it might just be you.
Oh, sorry. I stepped away and forgot to type that out.
Deca is looking into finding a safe way to get to the ship, I believe, or get the captain over to the ship. The query currently is which support character is assisting Deca. It could be, reasonably, it could be Leketh or Fushi. But it could be someone else if you think someone else is more suited to help Deca out.
Well, for Fushi.
That's not to help Deca get over to the ship. That's to help us all move towards there.
That's true. I'll also note you
Yeah.
can pull people from the Haida as well, because because the ship is here, so their support characters can be used. It's the benefit of pulling a spending for a ship like that. You get to use, you can use up their resources.
Mhm.
Lieutenant Science. Christ.
Honestly, their engineer might be interesting for this.
Garth?
Yeah. Although, no, probably not, because we'll probably want the doctor once we're actually over there. He's got interesting, like, engineering, repair-related stuff. Yeah, I'll go for Fushi.
Fushi? Whoop. Alright, so how do you intend to figure out a way to get over to the derelict ship?
And for, save entry points and scan for life signs.
Yeah, see if there's an airlock.
Sound like two different things. Which do you want to focus on first?
Airlock.
Airlocks. So...
Because, come to think of it, this thing would probably have airlocks. If this is a slaver vessel, they probably do boarding.
You're looking at Reason, Science, or Con, difficulty 4, assisted by Sensors plus Science Con. The difficulty is purely distance, because you picked a support character who has been confirmed not to have any doubts about the mission currently, or if they have doubts, they found a way to move past it.
Okay.
All right. Sensor operations focus.
Mm-hmm.
Good four.
Con
We launch a
better.
probe, actually.
You could launch a probe.
So the reason I called for this is I thought we were going into a dangerous area and we needed to know how to navigate there. If y'all want to flip this around and it be like the con officer get us there and then you scan,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah. To which we see like the very fuzzy sensor readings that indicate that this is going to be a difficulty 4, and Deca will probably turn back to the captain and say, Captain, at current sensor resolution, attempting to find a viable entry point is a tall order. I suggest we get closer first.
The captain says, yes, let's get closer, but hold off on the entry point. We're interested in where those signals are and what they're trying to say.
Understood. I'll keep an eye on subspace transmissions.
Aha, that's what I was looking for. So you are instead... how fast are you moving over there?
Probably my impulse, right?
Should think so.
Impulse is anywhere in long range.
It's up to your con.
Assuming none of this is difficult terrain.
Oh, no, difficult terrain. I would jump up and down if it was and say you have to spend momentum to get by it.
Yeah, then I think the reasonable thing is impulse.
Yeah.
Impulse moves you 2 zones.
Do we have to be in the same zone as them, or?
No.
I guess.
I don't think we have to be in the same zone to scan them. You were just scanning them from very far away.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, because if you move 2 zones closer, you'll pull the diff down from 4 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And yeah.
I mean, it's arbitrary, either one of these.
Where are you impulsing the ship, Deca?
Lead to here.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
arbitrary. No, it is. Yeah, the Haida is equally close to us in either of those. So,
Do you want the Haida to hang back, or do you want them to trail after you?
they're fine to move maybe one closer. Because the goal, the hope with them is like, Killick has said, I'm abdicating authority to handle the tactical situation. If a tactical situation arises, Captain Ryal, it's your responsibility.
Yeah. Watch our 6. He's like, okay, that's literally what our ship's for.
Yeah. Yeah, if they try something, unload with prejudice.
Or someone comes to their aid who isn't supposed to be here. It's like, hey, shoot.
God, I hope there are no acorns here. There's a DK.
Jeez.
Yeah, you're 2 closer. The diff has dropped down to 2 due to you're much closer than you were. As the ship looms into view, sense of resolution gets a lot better.
Don't forget to ask for state-of-the-art and veteran sensor operators.
Yeah. Do we have a clear signal from those subspace transmissions now?
The diff is lower. Yeah, you're a lot closer. Whether they can reach you, I'll make it. Any ally wishes to make a roll. Would you like them to spend any momentum on their roll? You do not presume they are very good at what they do.
Or
How many dice would you like them to buy?
2?
2? That would be 1 momentum. That'd be 2 momentum and 1 threat if you wanted them to do that.
I'm good with that. The table's good with it.
Yep.
I'd probably go with 1, but I'd also defer to you. If you want to go for 2, go for 2.
I feel like if they're not very good at it, 2 is probably a bit safer.
Yeah, I was only worrying. That is. I agree with that logic. I was more interested in threat stuffing
Gotcha.
because they have weapons.
Would you like them to create a complication or just add to threat? Because they rolled a comp and they can't really do anything about it.
Shouldn't they have 1 more die?
Oh, they bought 2 dice. You're
Unless
right.
they spend a combination.
You're right.
I mean, that doesn't change that question anymore in this edition.
It's true, but you know.
They might succeed.
They are succeeding
Yeah,
now. The diff was 2 for them.
Cool. Or are they gaining any resources off of that?
No. They
Cool.
they just made it.
All right. Well, I'm glad they're succeeding.
Good for them.
Sure. Let's
If-
take comp. You sorry? You were gonna say?
I was going to say,
Okay.
if we assume that either this person this is one of them that's in such a desperate situation that they're throwing off the shackles of we don't talk to outsiders, or this is I've been captured as a slave, please free me. Either of those situations, I would hate to give a comp to that person because they're
Yeah,
in
fair.
such a terrible situation already.
All right. I'll go for threat then.
I'll take the threat. And then I spend it to cause a complication anyway. No. That works.
Well, that is your purview.
Yeah, it works against the spirit of the thing. I shouldn't do that. But besides, I have other things
Hey,
to spend
you
it on
create
anyway.
a different complication at that point.
Yeah,
You can still
exactly.
create one.
Brain needs to catch up to what we're doing. Whoop, I clicked. Did not mean to click that. Did not need that right now.
Yeah, because I don't think we know, was that them succeeding at calling us or them succeeding at making it possible for us to do the Diff 2 roll?
As you get closer, the signal, you finally get a clear connection from someone using basically a handheld communicator trying to tune into you because they know you called them and you're still repeating at them like, well, and now the task has become immensely easier because now you're a lot closer. Atrim, you begin to receive a message. It reads, red rum. No,
Bloody
Captain,
Mary,
they're
Bloody
making
Mary.
dated movie references. Recommend we leave immediately.
Torpedo, full spray.
I never liked Stephen King anyways.
Some crimes can never be forgiven.
They're making movie references from the 80s. They're not going to stop. They'll just keep moving on to another movie, hitting us with more references. They're insatiable.
And where will it end? It never will.
I'm not going to lose another crew member to grease clothes.
Sorry, just assembling the message here because I didn't know you can't get closer just yet.
I say, as a person who had 2 aunts who grew up in the 80s, and that was their favorite thing to do. They had an encyclopedic knowledge of every 80s movie reference that could have ever been made.
You seem to be getting 2 transmissions.
You assuming they're audio only?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm picturing Atrum has a thing in her, has, one of the signature little earpieces, and she's just going to start transcribing.
Yeah, there's a bit of tapping buttons and tuning. It's because their signal is absolute garbage. Like, this is a makeshift of a makeshift calling through a ship that really doesn't want to let communications out. And you're cleaning it up to, okay, and now, great, now I have to translate it. 1 second. There, okay. Now I can tell the captain what I heard, what they're saying.
Yeah, I'm picturing yeah. She's been yeah. She mumbles to herself about never judging a communications officer again and says, okay, this is what I'm hearing. This is Triani, an explorer of the Kono people, requesting assistance. And then there's a break. Oh, another transmission. This is Sonar, a free spacer of the Roneo band requesting rescue. Can I pinpoint where these signals are coming from?
I won't charge you.
Are they coming from the steam?
I won't charge you for that. I've marked them with letters so you know who's from who.
Oh, CNR. Okay. When I saw you put the C, I thought that was a giant novelty coin. The C stood for coin. Okay. From our position, I can identify one looks like it's on the port side and the other looks like it's on the starboard side of the ship, sir.
Can you establish enough of a link to transmit back to them?
Trying now, and you hear as she spins dials, and the feedback increases as she.
Control engineering difficulty 2. Sorry, you have a specialized station, so it becomes diff 1. Assisted by comms engineering, complication has been increased to 2 because of the reluctance of the engineering staff.
I would also suggest arguing for state of the art. Some of the best comms equipment in the fleet.
Yeah.
To difficulty or comp?
Difficulty.
Diff 0.
Okay. Control engineering. I'm not going to focus on this. A trait of cool-headed. I'm not going to get frustrated while doing this.
I wouldn't take it.
Okay, that's fine. Comp range 2. All right. Take a threat, because, you never could have too much threat, and look at that.
Plus the ship?
Yeah, I got it.
I said plus the ship. No.
Going as fast as I can, buddy.
Go faster! Ah! We're trying to speed run this game. No. Speed run TTRPGs. Anyway.
Jeez. Look, someone would.
Yeah. Yeah, you're able to get a communication. You're able to get an audio communique between them because they're obviously working off of their off a hand communicator. And
So I can't establish link?
You can, and you hear competing voices. They're both talking at the same time. They're not. It doesn't seem like they recognize that the other person is calling. They don't know about each other, but they know you're out here.
Yeah, one at a time.
Yes, can I isolate one of them?
Certainly can. Who do you want to talk to first?
Sure, I'll go by Triani.
This is Triani, explorer of the Kono people, requesting assistance.
Out of character before I begin, does Kono people mean anything to me?
You may. You can do one of two things. You can either give a momentum to ask me a question to clarify them on a bit, or you could look them up in the computer. They could be just a memory alpha database. You could
Just a momentum. I don't think I would be looking it up if I didn't. If given the time crunch we're under.
The Kono. K-O-N-O. No, wrong story. The Kono are a mammalian species with 4 legs who are known to use very primitive laser pistols. Who, once upon a time, their world was ravaged by aliens, and their exploration drive is to set forth to hunt down the people who destroyed their world. Which the Federation did encounter them. They're not a member, but mainly because they don't really fit Federation membership, but they're not hostile to the Federation. There was a first contact problem where they were like, "Are you the ones that ruined our world?" And after a few hours of explaining,
20 seconds.
Yeah, a few seconds. It isn't us. Here's the proof. Okay. Well, thanks. If you find them, let us know.
Truth is, I don't know who you are.
Yeah. Sorry, this is the first time we met you. No, really.
And another momentum spent. Who are the Ronio?
Ronio.
This isn't my first Ronio, buddy.
Nah. Funny jokes.
Boo.
I really should save this because I'm gonna need this notes for later. Do save, please. Separate. Save, please. Yes, computer. Yeah, thank you for helping. No, really, I appreciate it. The Ronio are a amoral but a stoic people who go about the stars, plying their trade and offering their services in a mercenary capacity in various civilization. They don't have a dedicated Starfleet per se. They have a mercenary guild system where there's various bands that go out and help whoever pays them in certain resources or their currency. They are noted for having white hair and bright green eyes, and they have a distinct pride in having facial hair and braiding them and putting various rank insignia within them. On a glance, they are seen to be walking around in military uniform. Starfleet, first in encountering them, thought they were part of some sort of Starfleet or some equivalent until they realized, no, that's what mercenary bands do. They all have a unified mercenary color scheme or cut scheme. There are civilians auxiliaries, but they don't usually travel among the stars, generally. They usually stay on the home world or on space stations and stuff. But the Ronio generally don't have had hostilities with Starfleet, but it's not the Ronio as a people. It's on behalf of somebody else. Like once they're captured, the Ronio throw up their hands and go, "Nope, we're not. We're not dying for the cause. We're paid to be here." They're usually known for using slug throwers. They don't use energy weapons very often, unless they're given.
And you said amoral, not immoral, right?
Yeah, amoral. They
Okay.
To them it's immaterial. It's like
Yeah.
a job's a job.
Okay.
Okay. Then yes, I will say, Triani, this is the USS Bonaventure of Starfleet United Federations of Planets. We read your signal. Inform us of your condition.
Currently, we have 30 souls. We're aboard some sort of alien craft. We don't know who the aliens are. We haven't encountered them before. They may be the Ruiners that we've been searching for, but we were overpowered by them through their superior tactical advantage of their ship over ours. They caught us off guard. But anyway, immaterial. We seem to be somewhere within the ship. We haven't been able. Something happened. There was a power out. We haven't seen any guards, but we can't open any of the doors.
I'm
Is it exclusively Aestrom in this conversation?
That's up to Atrum.
Atrum will say to the captain, Captain, I have Triani of the Kono people. They sound like they're victims of kidnapping and attempted trafficking. Shall I put them on the main screen?
Or bridge audio, more like.
Yeah,
Bridge
audio. Aware of the tepid nature of the crew, the captain will get up from the chair and come meet you and grab an earpiece.
And yeah, she'll say, Triani, hold. I'm alerting the superior, and then I will, open a drawer, grab an earpiece, and hand it to Killick as he walks up.
Triani, this is Captain Killick of the Bonaventure. Did you indicate that you were attacked without warning, or do you find yourself in a military conflict with these people?
Not certain at this time. These could be the Ruiners that attacked our homeworld, but we never really got a chance to figure out who they were. They appeared out of nowhere and opened fire on our ship and seized all our people. We could be at war with them and we don't know it, or these could be some other alien species. We haven't identified who they are yet.
Very good. The captain will, pause the transmission and say, well, we might have to ask the other one. That's thin ground. If they are in a military conflict, we can't do anything. If it was a surprise attack like the Hideo's surprise attack, then that might be the information we need to intervene. But they're not a Federation citizen, so that complicates it more.
Not Federation citizens, but they are still aboard the stranded vessel.
Some people start looking over their shoulders at the conversation happening at the back of the bridge.
I will give them a mean scowl because this is clearly not something they're supposed to be gossiping at, right?
They'll pretend not to hear you.
All right. But the captain will take his finger off the transmission pause and say, all right, Triani, we want you to continue taking what shelter you can, and we will see what we can do to aid you. We'll transmit to you updates as progress is made.
Thank you, Captain. It's good to hear our Starfleet's voice for once.
Atrum rolls her eyes to you.
Good luck. And the captain will switch the comm to the other channel.
Sonar, this is Commander Atrum and Captain Killick of the USS Bonaventure, United Federation of Planets Starfleet. Please state your condition.
At current time, we have 30 members of our band with minor injuries. Our weapons have been seized from us. We were in the midst of defending a merchant ship and were captured by the unknown foe who surprised our ship. We repelled some of the boarders and lost significant numbers of our band. The rest of us were captured or stunned and then brought aboard this alien vessel. At this time, we have not been given ransom demands or even been alerted to our legal status to this alien species. We request Starfleet mediation and intervention if possible.
The captain smiles a little bit because he needs to think about it for a little bit just to double check. But the captain thinks this guy knows the golden words and said them intentionally.
Mm-hmm. They've worked with Starfleet before.
He has a little handbook that says is like what you have to say to get a Romulan, senator on board. Flips page. What you have to say for the Klingons. The Blade of Kahless is board. Flips page. What do you have to say for Starfleet? We request intervention.
Yeah, the Roneo are very skilled at interacting with alien species.
That's why the captain has to think for a second, because he may say, just because he says it doesn't mean it's true. He doesn't get to tell me what my responsibilities to Federation law are, so I have to think about it for a second, and I would like to think about it.
Insight command opposed.
Before I'm goaded into doing something illegal.
You're the defender, so I think he rolls first, or do you? Defender sets difficulty.
Yes, defender rolls first. Trade a fair dealer. Actually, that could hurt me. I don't know.
That actually does hurt you, because that's known about you.
I want to point out, I think I have half my values for me and half against me here. Might be good challenge or comply you could bring up here, because saving lives comes first, but I'm double check. He might have given me the justification if I wanted to throw Federation law to the wind, but I'm not. And spoiling for a fight, he might have just given me justification to fight back against these slavers, but I'm trying to find out if I actually have the authority. And then censors can't tell you everything, and the Federation's needs are my command, I think would be helping me, so this might be a pretty conflicted moment.
I will say that you have values you can call on, so I have no reason to penalize you for those. You can use them as a reason why you can argue for them. As for the values that work against you, I think the one that eats at you the most, I think, is spoiling for a fight. They're trying to goad you into that direction, and that's something that your character tends to want to do. If you toss it to the wind, it won't hinder you in any way, and you'll cross it out and get determination. If you comply, they get yet another free hit, because they're playing into something about you. They may not know this, but they are playing into something that you would rather be doing. So
I'll take it.
So you basically have 2 hits against. They have 2 free hits against you, essentially, or rather, your difficulty is reduced by 2, whatever you generate.
All right.
You get a determination either way, because I'm bringing up a value against you.
I'm gonna spend the one Atrum helped me get back on the Federation's needs are my command. It's not what I want, it's what the Federation wants.
That's true. I'll agree with that. And Atrim, if you wish to spend 3 resources, you could give that determination back, but you'll be giving me threats somewhere along the way.
It's up to you.
Do you think you're going to spend another determination this episode?
I'm not going to give you any information. You make the decision on your own.
Jeez.
Okay, here I was thinking we're a team, but okay.
No, we're a team, and you could help me. You could be a team player, or you could be selfish. I'm not going to tell you what you should do.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, I've dated people like this. Okay, no, I'm not gonna spend the resource because you won't give me a straight answer.
Carry on, Captain Killick.
Jesus.
And
Jeez, you'd think she was a mind reader or something. Oh wait, he doesn't like mind readers, so never mind.
focus and Starfleet Protocol.
Yes.
So that is 2 successes. Which means they have... Oh no, that's 4 successes because I spent determination. Okay. They have to hit difficulty 2.
Alright, I'll spend some resources here. Buy some dice. Oh, double checking. I might have gotten more than I thought I did.
You've definitely succeeded.
Let's see if I got threat back for what I just did. Actually, yeah. Ba 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 ba. And that's what I'm looking for. There we go. They are this. They're not that. After this, not that. That means their number's this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they gain 2. Yeah, they seem to be in genuine need of distress, and they've said the very specific words that give you the legal authority to do so, which, whether they're lying about that, you don't seem to perceive that. They have said, and you have no evidence to counteract what they're saying, to contradict their request. These people, by definition, are people requesting aid in distress aboard a derelict vessel. So legally, you're technically supposed to help them, but then again, you could use your captain's prerogative and go, you know what? I don't have good reason to believe this, but I'm gonna back
People
up.
aren't team players.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do for me, kidnapping victim on this spaceship that's falling apart?
Alright. Captain's gonna say... Atrim, muster every security and engineering personnel not necessary to fight the ship. And have them prepare near the transporter bays.
Sure. And she stands up and runs off to do that.
The captain said, before you run off, the captain says, you're going to want to do that from tactical. I need you in as soon as you're done in the ready room.
Atrum has 1 foot on the precipice, the precipice between the turbo lift and the room proper, and realizes, oh, she's probably not coming, and she pauses for a moment and then nods her head and then walks over to tactical to start planning this.
Oh, the captain says, actually, the bridge is better. Most of the senior staff is here anyways. Well, actually, step to the comms console real quick and send a message off to Alithia, Bryn, and Captain Raul as the other stakeholders he needs to get in on this.
Are you called into the conference room, or are you just having everyone stand in the bridge?
No. Yeah, no. Wherever you're at, just call into the bridge, and we'll do the meeting virtual, because I can't have the doctor running to and fro across the bridge. I can't have Bryn running to and fro. I can't wait for him to get here.
Boop, and then copy. As various people get pulled onto the main screen.
The captain will say, Captain Raul, I have you here with all of my senior staff. Normally, I like to do this in the conference room, but I think we're short on time. I'll apprise you of the situation. We have 2 groups who've reached out on board. One indicating they are the Kono people, explorers, though explorers for a very different reason than us, that were ambushed and taken prisoner and have not been communicated with by their captors in any way. The other group, the Real, no, it wasn't the Real. I'm getting that mixed up with his name. Who were they?
The Aronio.
The Aronio, who were defending a client of theirs and were taken hostile. This has complicated the situation extremely. My first reaction here is to start beaming teams on board with the intention of communicating with this ship that's been disabled and refuses to communicate, but primarily to render assistance to the only people on board who have communicated with us and indicated that they are in multiple forms of distress.
Understood.
So, options, people.
It seems clear to me that we go aboard and provide aid.
The one thing we need to consider is whether this is some sort of trap. Orion slavers and syndicate members have played dead to try to lure ships into a false sense of security. So that may be a security concern you're going to want to consider, Captain.
When he says that, if I conduct a full security sweep of the ship, do I detect any Orion life signs?
Reason.
If that's a medical question, I will defer it to Alithia, though.
Yeah, it'd be reason medicine, difficulties 2, assisted by sensors medicine.
Alithia, this would be significantly easier if you could give us a heat map of where life signs are aboard the ship and what life signs there are. This is an Orion trap. Unless they have invented a foolproof way of hiding, I believe we would know.
Yeah, and they're not. I think the captain was making a comparison. They're not going to be Orions because the other ship out here had an entirely different crew makeup, and it would be reasonable to assume the crews are the same.
Indeed, I was more comparing tactical styles. Well, if this is a Syndicate ship, it's a Syndicate ship I've never seen before.
Okay, that might have been me taking his comment too literally, but nevertheless, yeah. Sorry.
Indeed, Alithia, you can take that focus. As you notice, Alithia briefly steps away from the vid phone and goes to the Chief Medical Officer desk to do a scan from there. And coming back.
Veteran sensor operators. Great for the Bonaventure.
Yep, and I can't increase your comp because your medical department is secure. I was going to do it, and I was like, wait, I can't.
Excellent. Get the ship, sensors, medicine. No comp.
So the jam is a flip over. People watching, you can see how many there are, but the players don't know this yet. So I have to count because I forgot the exact number.
Quickly, write it down and mail it to Captain Killick's address in Dallas, Texas, and we'll know the GM secrets in 2 to 3 business weeks.
Wow, I can't do math. How hard is this? That's right. Boop. Results in the whispers there, Alicia.
All right. Detecting 31 Kona life signs, 31 Ronio life signs, and 210 life signs of unknown species.
Can you correlate against the members of the species that were taken aboard Ballistic?
Attempting to do so now.
For momentum, I'll take that.
Yep, I'll spend that.
Boop.
And clarification, is that for all 210?
Yeah.
Cool. The unknown life forms, we still don't have a clear enough signal of biology, but the technology of their EVA suits seems identical.
Doctor, gonna put you on the spot. If I put crews over there and they react hostily, which we have reason to expect they would, do our phasers on stun settings have an increased risk of lethality because of their EVA suits?
Insight medicine difficulty 5. You're doing a lot of guesswork. It's only possible because they've Willistic has examined the EVA suits, so they know anything about them now. The problem is you don't know anything about the internal biology, so you're guessing based on the equipment. Can a phaser mess with the suits enough that render them useless, or are they robust enough that they could support some sort of emergency backup system?
Yeah.
If you want it, I want to give you a point of determination because this is the most critical thing we've tried to figure out today, and the captain trusts you to figure it out.
All right. I'll take a second determination. Spend towards
Is the
the.
Exo still being stingy?
Oh, here we go again.
I
Oh,
apologize.
boy.
I'm a little tired and I zoned out. What's up?
You're being guilted into and asked to spend 3 threat to give Captain
By who?
Tom. Captain Tom.
I'm spending 3 momentum on what?
To get back one of their determination they just gave to the doctor.
Is the captain going to use that determination?
At some point in the episode.
Okay, then you can have it. That's all I was looking for.
Okay.
Thank you for the 3 threat.
No, thankfully, the GM really smoothed out here. I was poking and making fun and not actually wanting the determination back, and the GM smoothed it over, so I do get the determination, and you feel good about it. So that's.
I mean, I could give that back if it would make you feel better.
No.
It's just okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Looking at my options here. Either value of a long life must mean constant learning or you turn to stone, or I can't save everyone, but I'll be damned if I don't try.
I can't save everyone for sure.
Cool.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna back that up. I'm gonna say a long life because it is more about understanding the suit and its unique function and medical expertise. That's more what you're doing. You're kind of learning on the spot how these suits work.
Like to call back to Stonefolk then, where I used the same value for analyzing newly encountered technology and language.
Yep, I'd agree with that.
Cool. Hey, gonna get an arc this episode, finally. Now, write that down after I do this. As in, alright, spending that. And let's see, how much, we have no momentum, right?
0.
Cool. I will spend 3 threat then.
Very good.
Purchase 2 dice.
Yep.
We may not have phasers to shoot at them, but they certainly are going to have phasers to shoot back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, that's
medical technology is a focus?
Yeah. He should be by the phone too.
I will reroll that 20. Alright, generate 2 momentum.
And
See if I veteran. Nope, don't keep it.
For literal years, I always took veteran. And I cannot remember the last time I played a character with veteran.
Yeah.
I don't think. Maybe Haida eventually got veteran, but she didn't start with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, been a bit since I had my last veteran character, I think. And it just made a lot of sense for Alithia.
I don't think I've ever had a veteran character.
Not in my game, you haven't.
Hard to have a veteran twink.
God damn it.
Alright.
Oh my god.
Man.
Oh my god.
Man.
Sometimes
Being
it's inspiring.
in these games is slowly driving me insane.
Uh-huh. Only slowly?
I mean, just
My-
definitionally, it's hard. It's a complicated thing to have.
Yeah.
Whispers give you information, Alithia.
Gotcha. Uh-huh. Okay. That's a bit of a complicated question, Captain. Based off of previous analysis and the data I'm able to glean here, these are armored EVA suits where the individual is incredibly likely to survive if stunned. However, they include a technology which will euthanize the occupant if the system determines that capture is inevitable.
Inside security for Atrium, assisted by ship sensor security. This is opposed.
I would love nothing more than to make this one.
So the ship,
But inside
state-of-the-art.
security opposed? Yeah.
For the ship,
There-
state-of-the-art and veteran sensor operators.
Say again, sorry?
For the ship, the traits state-of-the-art and veteran sensor operators.
That will give you 2 free hits.
Okay. Am I the defender here?
You are, yeah.
Great. Okay. How much threat do you have to spend?
I have
Oh.
10, and I did force the scene to jump forward, so you lost the momentum.
Okay.
Like, as
in that
Alithia is
case-
saying something, the camera quickly pans over the atrium as a bunch of flashing lights go off on your console, and you're like, what is this? And you're tapping to figure out what the
Oh,
computer's
God.
freaking out about.
Okay, okay. Okay, strictly opposite. Could I spend determination on search and rescue upon S-26 and its crew, Directive 1?
Effect search and rescue upon CR-26 and its crew. I take it. I see the logic.
Okay. I'm doing the smart thing where you spend for value and directive to get both benefits. All right, insight security. Take 6 threat for a full minute, so I'm rolling 4 dice.
All right.
A focus of investigation techniques.
Yeah.
All right. Trait. Do any of my traits apply?
Cool-headed would.
Great. That's a 3rd free hit. Boop. So that is 2 plus 1 plus 2.
Looks like 6 so far to me. 7.
No, that is 3, 4, 6, 7, 9. That's
Oh,
9
right.
because of the value.
You're right. All
I
right.
always am. You guys don't always
Always?
listen to me, but I am always right.
Always?
I've never been wrong once, ever.
I think I have hours. Not hours. That seems a bit extreme.
I have
Hours. Wow. Okay.
I don't know. I think hours might be possible, actually.
I own
my
a roll
God.
20
full of evidence of dead characters. I can start listing out names.
So I'm spending towards the value brutally effective.
I'm starting to think these are the bad guys.
Maybe.
Are these the baddies?
I'm doing a full mit because I don't want to lose.
I'd imagine not.
So I get my full mit, I get a thing, and actually, I'm gonna spend some of my personal threat for that. So there, I'm gonna hand that all back. There you go, GM. You can have that back. Okay, so I don't roll that many dice. I roll da 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 da. I did click yes because I do have the focus for this. Boop. And I don't think any of this really helps. Sorta, but not for what I'm looking for. Thank you, ship. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh, is there a way for me to dig this out? Oh, I don't think so. I think I did as good as I could have. I could spend a reroll and maybe tie. Tie is possible. If I tie you, I still win. I just have to spend more threat, which would suck. But I do want to succeed. So yeah. I'm gonna spend 3 more threat. 3. To reroll one of my dice toward the value. All others are meant to serve us. Do.
I wonder if these are the bad guys.
Oh, damn it, that's 8.
I think we need more information before we can make a call on this.
short. Ah, damn it. No, I'll just have to live with it. That's so you get 1 momentum out of that. As Atrim, you notice that the ship has loaded its torpedo tube, and a tetronic torpedo is arming and it has begun to form a firing solution on the Bonaventure.
What condition are we at?
Green. Shields aren't up or nothing.
Okay, I would like to raise shields.
Easily done. Minor action. You call for yellow, at minimum yellow alert, but you might call red alert. It's up to you.
Yeah, okay. No, upon seeing this, I didn't know if you were going to make me make a roll. That's all. Yes, upon seeing this, she will immediately say, while pressing the button, red alert, shields up, and then she flips the switch.
If justifiable, I'll take ownership of your action as a direct, as in, like, you say,
sure, we can handle it like that.
Torpedoes detected, and then you'd have to buy the miner, or let me raise the shields, but then I can tell you what to do next.
Yeah, sure.
Roll with that.
Sure. If that's probably the more Star Trek way of doing it, is that she will call out, "Sir, I'm detecting torpedoes being loaded. They're plotting a firing solution for us."
I'm still imagining that you've beat me to the punch on the shields.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, already yellow alert lights pop on because the shields are turning on. Or you might have called red alert right out of the gate because you think the ship's in an emergency. Because any senior officer can call any alert. It's just the higher rank officer
for
can
sure.
countermand them.
I guess this depends on if you're still handling this in a narrative fashion or you're handling it strictly.
You are in combat timing. At this time.
Combat.
You're in combat timing. You just aren't being surprised.
Okay. Well, I knew combat timing, but because prepare might require 2 minors to get shields and weapons.
I allow for a prepare
Okay.
to yellow gets shields, red gets weapons and shields all at once.
Okay, that's what I wanted to.
That's kind of a byway, a mainstay of Star Trek, because that red alert is automatically brings on weapons because you're at that level of danger that you think you need to defend the ship from immediate harm.
They have a breach, don't they?
Yep.
We can tell that for free. Which represents a problem, I think, because to destroy their weapons, we would have to do. Actually, I don't remember. In this edition, I think NPCs may still do it different. I'm not sure.
I can try to clarify.
That would help because I'm wondering if attempting to destroy their weapons would just destroy them outright.
So they're scale 3, which I should really write in the sheet so I don't have to look that up again. Not 4, 3. They're not that big. But looking up the rules as the breaches, they were disabled, so I know there's a specific number of breaches they currently have.
Disabled is.
They have they have 3 breaches to their engines.
Okay.
Sorry, they equal to or greater than half. So no, they only have 2 breaches to their engines, which destroyed them. That's why they're dead in space. If they suffer only 1 breach to any other system, they're okay. If they suffer 2 breaches, they'll be destroyed.
Well, 1 more breach, they become critically damaged, right?
Yeah, if they 1 more breach, they're critically damaged, and then everything stops working. If they take 2 breaches, the whole ship will blow.
All right. Then that's the order. Captain says, Atrum, target weapons and fire to disable. Don't put too much power into it. They can't hold together.
Atrum has already, narratively anyways, has already got that firing solution in mind, and she says, targeting weapons, preparing to fire.
To get the mechanical benefit, you'll need to buy another miner. You have to spend at least 1 miner getting the weapons and shields up.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
That's fine.
I correct myself. Is this a direct coming off of Killick, or is this entirely Atrum's turn?
I think this is my turn. I think we're just doing it in more narrative fashion.
Yeah.
Oh, I was actually meaning to direct you because I have the Christopher Pike Medal of Valor.
Oh wait,
Okay,
you
if
can
you
click,
want to do it that way.
and you could click the oh god button on your chair. So yeah, it still works. So if you want a targeting solution, that'll be a minor. You owe me a momentum.
No, I don't.
You don't? Why?
I don't, because I have the steady... Never mind, that's not what that does. Steady hands is when,
You get to do
Hold on.
both. It's not that you get 1 for free.
No, it's precision targeting. When you make an attack with starship weapons against target specific you get to reroll a d20. My bad. Okay, we still do spend, but I get to reroll. I apologize.
No, it's okay. We're all learning. So you are firing. You target solution. You're choosing a system and getting a reroll. You intend to fire at them with what? Your phasers or torpedoes? Or your tractor?
There is a wrong answer to this question.
I'm sorry?
How do you intend to fire upon the enemy vessel?
No, what did the captain say?
There
There is a wrong answer.
Yeah, we want phasers, right? Because torpedoes would
Yes.
explode them. Yeah, okay, I thought so. Phasers, and I think narratively, I'm dialing down the intensity.
Which is also just choosing not to add power into it.
Mhm.
Very good. So you're looking at a test. Blah 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 blah. You sought your target. Control security, assisted by weapon security. Difficulty is 2.
And I get a free reroll. Great. Control, security, rolling a 15. Focus in shipboard tactical systems.
Definitely.
Go away, co-pilot. I don't need you.
And
Control, security. It looks like you're trying to plot a firing solution. Can I help? Control, security, shipboard tactical systems.
Comp increase +1 because some people are reluctant to save these people.
That's okay. Sure. Activating the Starcross to double my focus range.
And I'm using Christopher Pike to get an automatic 1 on the assist.
Okay, so we already have 1 hit. So, all right, let's
don't I
put
have
1
to
momentum.
spend something to direct, actually? Yes, I owe you a momentum.
You what? Sorry?
I have to spend a momentum to direct.
Ah, yes.
Okay. In that case,
Right.
then you get a
Next
threat
question.
because I rolled a 3rd die.
Boop.
Okay, so that's 2 plus you is another 2. So I think we're at a total of 4. And my reroll did fail, so we do have a comp on the table, and I'm gonna give that to you as threat because I don't want exploding a bunch of kidnapping victims to be on Adram's soul.
4 on a diff 2, so you generate 2. You fire on the ship. You hit the weapon system before it gets to open the torpedo doors, and the weapons, the whole ship starts flickering with energy, and boom! You see the lights flicker off. But it gets better.
But wait, there's more.
I need to spend the appropriate amount. Because I already did what I did, but I'm doing something else, which is a different cost, which I believe is 3. I want to make sure. Oh, yep, I had the wrong number. I thought so. You see the ship boom, power down. And you notice that in the power down sequence, the engine system begins flickering, and it looks like it is the power containment system has destabilized. The ship doesn't instantly explode, but it is at risk of exploding. At the end of every round, I will check to see if it blows up. I have to roll higher than its engine score on a D20, I believe. I'm going to double check that rule to make sure I'm correct. Scroll. Nope, that's not right. That is. At the end of each round, if I roll higher than the ship's engineering rating, the reactors will explode, destroying the ship, killing all aboard, and dealing 4 damage piercing to all ships within close, which isn't you. You're too far away currently. So if you're within the same range band as they are, you will take 4 piercing. And you
Awesome.
you know, because you captured one of these ships, that the engineering score of these ships is 2. So if I roll 3 or higher, it's going to detonate.
3 or higher on a D20.
Yep.
An engineering.
Lord.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking an engine score of 2. I was like, when are they in a space shuttle? But no, you mean an engine score.
Engineering rating, sorry. Not their
Oh, we
engine
love
score.
linguistics. Okay, then Atrium's going to communicate all that. She's going to say, "Ship is disabled, sir, but I'm detecting the early signs of a potential reactor breach. We have seconds, perhaps minutes, before the thing goes critical."
Okay.
I will note at this time that you are still in combat timing due to the reactor, but at this time the enemy has no turns because you disabled their ship. They can't do anything right now.
Ship machine broke.
I am going to
Shit machine broke.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
suggest. Actually, this is you got the momentum on a major action, but it's my turn.
Yeah.
Since we both kind of share what's happened here, I'm gonna ask that you let me spend the momentum to keep the initiative. Exo.
Go ahead.
Oh no, not keep the initiative. Sorry.
Switch?
Extra major action.
Yeah, extra major. Gotcha. I was like, you don't have to keep. That's already happening. I know what you mean.
Am I allowed to give a threat to get direct?
Good question. Let's find out together.
It says spend 1 momentum. It doesn't say anything else.
It has to say immediate for it to be something you can do the other way as well. Nope, it doesn't say immediate, so yeah. You can't direct again without momentum.
Okay, then I'll give you 1 threat and 1 medium, because I'm pretty sure. I mean, I guess it's worth double checking, but I'm pretty sure extra major is immediate.
Extra major action is 2 momentum flat. The only immediate is keep the initiative, which is hilariously not what you need right now.
No.
So what's your move, Cap?
I think there may be a talent that helps me here, so I may spend determination to get it. I just gotta find out which talent it is. I'm pretty sure there's a talent.
This soundtrack in particular is like forever going to be burned into my like subconscious
Oh yeah.
because of your usage of them as the ship combat music.
Well, Space Fighter Loop is perfect. Like the first time I got it, it's like, oh, I'm using that every space game I do. Screw this. This is amazing.
This is perfect.
I tried to find other ones too, and it's just like, these aren't. It's too intense, or it's like really like J-Rock heavy, or it's like those are great for other games. They're not really good for space combat, especially.
Yeah, like this is pretty good. Just raise the tension a little bit. Space thematic music.
Yep. And for those wondering who are watching these VODs,
Found it.
oh, what'd you find?
It's crisis management.
Oh, that's banned in this table. No.
Okay, I ban the GM.
Hey, wait a minute.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the GM.
Yeah, if you qualify for it, then you can totally do it. Which I think you do.
Security 3, Command 3, I do.
Good.
Okay. So learning a little bit of crisis management allows me to. So that's going to allow me to not have the. So the 2 momentum is spent on extra major,
Right.
and then I don't need any momentum left over to direct. And I say
Oh, you're spending a determination to get a trait, a talent.
Oh, yes. You want a justification, don't you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Also, I'll point out, I believe direct is a minor, not a major. So I think you only have to give me 1 momentum for direct.
Is direct only a minor?
It's a major. Never mind. I'm full of crap. Continue.
That would have been like a holy shit. Have you been playing
Like, oh
we've
man,
been
we've
playing
been
this game wrong
nerfing
for,
ourselves.
Years?
Wouldn't be the first time.
Rescue upon S-26 and its crew.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
Yep, I'll do it.
The captain says, I need volunteers to beam to their engineering bay. Because he can't volunteer. He can't send himself.
Now, without being dinged, at least.
Yeah, it's not even. It's even. I guess one of those things like another captain may do it just because they think Starfleet's going to go down. They're not going to go down that hard. But for Killick, it's like if I go, there's a chance that we all die here because the ship loses its command and control, and they blow up. So Killick steadfastly cannot go.
So what's your direct?
I need to know if there are any volunteers first, because the direct is going to be send them over to that ship,
Like beam them over.
mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
Killick's not going to choose who goes.
Yeah, unfortunately, my I don't have the other talent, the helm talent that lets me use con instead of engineering for like engine repairs. So I'm not useful.
The captain's also hoping you don't go because you can't walk. But he said, if you're the only one who raises their hand, you're the only one who raises their hand.
Well, I don't have a hand to raise, so no worries there.
I'll highlight that you could, Deca, you could as a player indicate one of the support characters who calls up and goes,
Yeah,
I can go.
Yeah, I'm quickly like, oh boy, who do we have for? Because what's your goal over there, Cap? Like to fix it or?
To solve the problem. I can't tell you whether it's going to be to save the core, eject the core, to eject the core, have us fly it away. You'll have to figure the situation out yourself and tell me how you need help.
Okay. That would probably have to be our chief engineer because it looks like we've only ever made one engineering NPC.
Yeah. We could always make another one right now, but...
Well, I mean, we only have
Britain's-
one, but also he doesn't roll that often, so it's not like a second one would like...
Yeah, and he does have warp core maintenance.
I'm going to say that Officer Kelly will volunteer.
Okay.
So
In case it was part of your calculus, you're on the screen, so if you wanted Alithia to ask, you could. But you may have already decided you did.
I think I don't. She's more concerned with the medical situation than trying to go outside the wheelhouse and fix a warp core.
Atrim, do you wish to volunteer a character, or do you want your character to be doing something on the ship?
I've only got a couple minutes of awakeness left in me, so I definitely don't want to bring a character over. I don't know what Atrim could be doing on the ship.
I will say this round's probably the last round. Like this is all or nothing.
I've done plenty this episode. I'm fine to let someone else have the spotlight for this.
Okay, so 2 people are going. So you're beaming 2 people over.
I mean, is it the case that basically we resolve the engine room and that's it?
If you can stabilize the ship, then yeah, you basically, because they're disabled, they can't do anything to stop you now. But your biggest concern now is the ship detonating.
Thing is about to blow up.
I'm stuck here. I've already used an action. Adrian, I would suggest you send a support if you don't want to. Either send Adrian or send a support if you have to drop. Then at least we have the justification of that person being over there.
Sure. Sure. Atrum will volunteer herself if the captain does not object, because I have an engineering of 3.
The captain was hoping, but didn't even look in your direction because he could not conscience making you feel like you had to go.
So your direct is to send people over, which will require you to beam them now from wherever they are.
Yeah, my direct was going to be to Brent if he's available, but I think I may now be the highest engineering character.
Alithia also does have a good engineering. I've been engineering of 4.
Yeah, I mean, Bryn is definitely the best at, and he has the
and you're in the
focus
med
with
bay,
it.
not in the cargo bay where I wanted you to be, are you? Because then you could be next to cargo transporters.
I mean, I could be in the cargo bay right now. I don't know.
You weren't though,
I would be going between the two of them.
Because you were in the middle of your conference with them. The captain actually tied you to your phone.
Gotcha.
So
I
whoever.
feel like Bryn is honestly the best go.
Well, yeah, Bren is going, so I don't think he could do the transport.
You can transport yourself.
Yeah, and it seems that we can only transport one person right now because we're in combat timing.
Well, you can transport up to like 6 people in one beam. So it's
All
just
from different locations.
So totally, it just increase. You're just beaming from not a pad to not a pad. It's the same difficulty either way.
Okay, yeah. I guess I will do that.
Transport. To control engineering plus sensor science. So you're looking at diff 3. I'm gonna spend 2 threat to increase the difficulty to diff 4 due to the construction of the enemy ship being resistant to being beamed on. So and because you've already established Bryn doesn't have doubts about going over there, there is no increase due to crew reluctance.
Okay, none of my talents help me out here.
We do have a momentum on the table because I spent determination, which I forgot to do earlier.
Okay. Diff 4. Ooh. Control engineering. Okay, at least I have decent stats for this.
Hold on. We're gonna get more momentum because we haven't done another roll since the last one. When you assist, I have call out targets. When you assist a character in an attack, the assisted character generates 2 bonus momentum. So I could have spent those on the extra major, so we could keep the 2 on the table and avoided that entire extra get the talent fiasco. I had a talent to solve that problem and just did not read it. All that to
So I have 3 momentum?
Yeah.
Man, I should pay attention.
Okay, I think I'm gonna spend I'll spend all 3 of that momentum to roll 4 dice. I don't have a focus on this, but I have a good score. Yeah, none of this helps. None of these talents help. Oh no.
Plus ship and the captain's assist.
Right. Focus in inspiration or strategy and tactics.
Strat and tactics. Yep.
Yes,
You said
please.
trade of veteran sensor operators? Because
Yeah.
Okay. I like when I don't have to unsell you by saying things.
If I can sell myself real
Got it.
easily, I'll save you, but...
And we gain momentum.
Beam.
Makes my
And we go this way real quick. Boop, boop. Because the mission was mission critical for you to have EVA suits to go in there, I will not charge you for them. Because the engine room is a vacuum right now. Because some asshole put a huge stripe of energy into it and ripped a hole in it. So, you know. You see a bunch of floating... the three of you see a bunch of floating EVA suits drifting around in the room who look to be badly burned and singed. And you can see a pulsing purplish, bluish orb that is rapidly increasing in intensity. Atron,
All right.
Bryn, or Kelly?
I look at
Can
Bryn.
Bryn see? Yeah, can Bryn see if he can shut this down?
All right. If you wish to stabilize the reactor, you're looking at a task, an extended task. Progress track is equal to engines. Engines of this type of ship is 11.
Okay, we don't have time for that. We're gonna have to just dump this thing.
Okay, so I won't bother looking up the rest of it. To eject the core.
I was about to offer suggestions, but that may have been the character decision. So I don't know if that was a player assumption or that was Bryn's.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have time because we're only gonna have this one round to do this. Really.
You get 3 actions though.
Progress 11 is possible but difficult.
Yeah.
Depending on
don't,
what the
don't let me
resistance
don't let me
is.
override you if you don't think you can do it.
Yeah. I don't think I can do it. The problem is I have no talents for this. I have a focus, but that's like it. I have no talents that are gonna help do this.
Ejecting the warp core, will it get it far enough away that it doesn't just like kill everybody anyways?
It detonates within. It'll do damage to anything within close range. So unless someone moves the ship, it's gonna get destroyed anyway.
Oh god damn it.
Okay. which means we have a little bit of wiggle room here as long as Atron goes first, because then we don't have to use Bryn or actually we don't have to use Bryn or Kelly. They haven't done anything of their own volition yet.
Yeah, well we do need Bryn because Bryn needs to do this.
No,
I think.
what I mean is, you can decide to use any character. You cannot decide to roll for Atron. So we're locked.
I do have to use Bryn because I just did a transporter roll.
But you did it with me telling you to do it.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta keep going. Because GM just gained 2 threat.
Well, I'm trying to help you figure out how not to kill all the characters.
Yeah.
Just eject the core without a plan will kill everybody.
Someone's gonna have to use like a tractor beam to push the thing away, and that's gonna have to be someone on our ship. And that can't be me because I've already taken an action under your direction. My character is locked in. So I have to do this.
Go for it.
What do we have for no momentum? GM take 3 threat.
3 threat
Warp core maintenance.
die. Yes.
Could I spend some of this momentum to create an advantage that I have managed to shove this warp core out an additional range?
I will certainly take that.
This thing has really good warp core ejectors on it.
It's almost like they would use it to shoot at people with it. The purple orb gets flung out from the ship. It detonates harmlessly in the vacuum of space with a huge bloom of purplish, bluish energy. The derelict ship kind of drifts a little bit from the shockwave and continues to, as the three people in EVA suits kind of hang on to the walls for a second, as that does make them all tumble a bit. And you'll get one last thing to say as you now have secured the ship. The ship cannot resist you anymore. There are people aboard who are requesting assistance. There are hostiles aboard, but at this point, you can now systematically rescue people and deal with the others.
Handle hostiles. Yeah. Well, all right. Ship isn't in any danger of exploding now, but with absolutely no power, we're gonna need to evacuate this place fast.
Right. Let's focus on getting the people in most distress out first. Try and avoid hostiles for now.
Right.
So people are... Oh, go ahead.
Kelly has a focus in evacuation procedures.
Well, Kelly, you've trained for this. Take lead.
Hi, Commander.
Killick will call down to... Actually, Alithia's still on the screen, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain will say, I think the situation has changed, Commander. Anyone who can consent to medical aid can be taken to the med bay.
Now you tell me this.
Well, because I know the only people who are going to do that are the hostages.
Yes, sir. I'll prepare to receive inbound.
As the away team goes around and you begin grabbing people, you notice that the couple hundred unknowns are now a bunch of derelict suits that basically shut off and dropped where they were. Though it actually is not... You find that at final head count, you find 209 of the unknowns. The 210th one is not found. Whether they were disintegrated or they escaped the ship is unclear. During the chaos of rescuing everybody, it is unsure what happened to them. But they made no resistance. They didn't get in the way, so who knows where they are now. You are able to save all the hostages who had required immediate assistance because life support failed and everything else, so you were able to, because you have an emergency medical ward, you're able to fit them all aboard your ship. So you pull up some 60 people of two different species who are very surprised to encounter each other because they didn't know the other one was on the ship. They didn't know they had people around. A lot of questions come from them as they're wondering who attacked them. They don't know where they are. They've never heard of the Bonaventure before or Survey Expedition Delta. Yeah. Any final questions from any of you before I close out the episode? That your
Do
characters
they
could have
know
learned.
where they were picked up?
They were grabbed. Pull to the wider map real quick. We go up this way. They were grabbed in this sector.
Interesting.
My question is, does anyone I sent over have a chance to grab the black box?
They totally
Since
could, yeah.
Okay.
I would have tried
bring
to.
it easily. Bryn will take care of getting that pulled.
2 more final questions.
Yeah. I think I'm good.
Well, anything from you, Atrim?
No?
So the black box was recovered. The ship brought underway. The Haida will render as much assistance as they can. Their intention is to either tow the ship back to the ballistic, or the ballistic will come to them. They're going to talk to the Commodore about that. And they're going to rely on you to help with medical assistance and coordinating with the Commodore for a little while to figure out where these people are going to go, because they doubt they're going to he very much doubts you're going to want to hang on to them for the long haul for the next few months. Plus, there's a reason you have a Stars base with you for exactly this kind of problem. But you were, in fact, able to effect the search and rescue of at least the hostages of the crew. Unfortunately, we were able to secure the crew themselves. Because you got the black box and the ship wasn't destroyed, you will be able to examine the damage done by Liar to understand how his abilities work. And because you got the black box in particular, you're able to determine that there is indeed a base of operations in the Dawnland Fringe.
Ooh. Yeah, capturing this vessel intact is good.
They
Agreed.
are in this subsector.
Oh, cool.
Oh, sorry, I have one more. It's this one.
Cool.
As they have their own small little outpost hidden away in the shadow of the subspace rift and the reflective nebula.
Who's ready for a fleet action next week?
Yippee.
We shall see what happens next time. For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And we'll see you all again next time. Bye.
Yeah. I also have to get going. I'll see y'all next week. Good game.
I was cutting it close.
Uh-huh. For sure, yeah.
And I definitely had you at a weird moment of, here's a ship that's basically disabled, and then for some reason it's shooting at you. And it's like, how do we shoot back without destroying them?